welcome to today's class. I hope that you all had a good Easter weekend and that you are looking forward to doing our class whenever you get time to doing it. So for today's class, I just want you to have, obviously we've got foams, but if you don't have a foam, you can just get a cushion or anything to sit on just to elevate your hips a little bit, so you can just sit comfortably on that, or your books or whatever you've got in place of blocks. So you're going to need the blocks and then a strap or a belt or anything like that. I'm sure you already decided on what you're using as props. Okay, and then we're going to start sitting in Sukhasana. So you're going to sit comfortably with the legs. They're not crossed, the one foot is just in front of the other. So feel around which is the best way, which side you feel more comfortable on. Okay, and then you are going to have your spine nice and straight. The shoulders are away from the ears. And for today, I just want you to place your hands onto the knees so the elbows are nice and comfortable. You're not feeling any tension in the arms. And you're going to start by closing your eyes gently. And we're going to start by exhaling all the stale air in the lungs. And with that, you have left everything at the door. You've rolled out your mat for the next hour for yourself. And then we can inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and then inhale to the count of 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause. And you can continue breathing at your own pace while I read what we're going to do today. Today we'll be working on balancing poses. Balancing poses offer us both physical and mental benefits. Physically, we strengthen and elongate our muscles. Mentally, they are helpful in relieving stress and reducing tension. They improve memory and focus. One-legged poses gives us a chance to find our center of gravity and dance around its edges. When we balance, we align our body's center of gravity with the Earth's gravitational pull, learning how to align ourselves and root down. And our reading for today, a balanced life. Be kind but not a doormat. Be trusting but value boundaries and intuition. Be content but stay open to growing. And then keeping your eyes gently closed, you can place one hand onto your heart and the other hand just above your belly button. And then we're going to inhale confidence, part the lips, and exhale doubt. Inhale, courage. Part the lips and exhale, fear. Inhale, the future. Part the lips and exhale, the past. Inhale, love. Part the lips and exhale, hate. Inhale, positivity. And part the lips and exhale anything negative. And then you can slowly bring your hands down onto the knees, opening your eyes up slowly. So please remember that in the breathing exercises we do in the beginning, if you're finding it too difficult to hold for as long as I'm talking, please rather bring it back and hold to what your capacity is. If you are holding your breath in for too long, you are going to get a headache. So obviously we don't want that to happen, so rather do it at your own pace. Okay, so you can just move the block away or whatever you've got. Okay, and we're sitting cross-legged again, and we're going to start as we always do with our leg stretches. So we're inhaling, reaching up to the ceiling, and then bringing the left hand down, and the right hand is going over the head, down, past the ear if you can, and you are gently giving your neck a little pull to the side. And then stretching up to the ceiling and across to the other side. And then stretching up, really feeling the sides of the body stretching as we're folding forward at the waist, placing your hands onto the mat. If that's as far as you're going, you're just releasing tension in the neck. Otherwise, you're going to walk the hands as far away as you can, and then letting the head hang. And then walking your hands over to the right. Trying to keep the same distance in between the hands. You're going to feel this in the opposite hip now. And then across to the center and over to the left. And then to the center and walking the hands up. Okay, so we're going to come on to all fours. So if you need something for your knees, you can either roll the mat or you can get a cushion for underneath your knees or a towel or a blanket. Okay, so let me just move all of this out the way. Right, you're going to have your wrists underneath the shoulders and the knees directly underneath the hips. When you glance through your knees or glance through the legs, you don't want to be able to see your feet, so they are neatly tucked behind. And the distance that you have between the knees should be hip distance apart. Okay, so we're going to start with a couple of cat-cow rounds just to warm up the spine. So we start, when we inhale, we are lowering the stomach down, arching in the back and just looking up slightly. And when you're exhaling, the spine is going up to the ceiling and you're tucking your chin under, really tucking in the abdominals. And then inhaling, coming up to looking up slightly, and then exhale. So we all know this one. And inhale. Exhale, spine up to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And two more. Exhale. Inhale. And last one. Exhale. And inhale. and then coming to a neutral spine. And you're going to take the left hand to the corner of the mat, placing the palm down, and the opposite foot, so the right foot, into the corner of the mat. And you are really pushing down from corner to corner. Then you're going to bring the hand back underneath the shoulder and you're lifting the right leg up. Okay. So this is becoming our first balance for today's class. So if you can, you're going to lift the opposite arm. And we're going to do the same thing with, like the cat-cow with our spine. So we are inhaling, stretching out, exhaling as you're bringing the elbow and the knee in, rounding the spine. Exhale. Inhale, stretching out. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And last one, exhale. And then you can stretch out one last time, bringing the hand and the knee down, and just coming into child's pose for a moment. Coming back up onto all fours, so you're just checking your alignment again, and then we're going to do the same to the other side. So we're taking the right hand to the top corner of your mat and the left foot to the bottom corner, and you are stretching into both your hand and the toes, really pulling the mat away from each other. And then you can bring the hand back underneath the shoulder, and now you can lift up the left leg. And once you've found your balance, you're going to bring the arm out. Inhale, exhale, rounding. Inhale, exhale, rounding at the spine. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and last one, exhale, stretching out, bringing the hand and the knees down and coming into child's pose. And then you can come onto all fours again. We're going to go into the base of the head balance today, but today we are not going to place our head down. We are just going to let our head hang in between the hands. So we're going to do this slightly differently today. So you're on all fours. We can all do this together. So you're going to grab hold of your triceps, and then you're going to place the forearms down. Now that is where your hands are going to stay. So your palms are flat onto the mat, and that is where your palms are going to stay. And let me just tuck my shirt in, otherwise it's going to go flying down. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to dig in the toes, like we would normally. This time our hands are not interlaced. And you're just going to release tension in the neck. So your head is not on the mat at all here. And then if you can walk your feet up a little bit closer. And we're going to hold it for a couple of breaths here. So you're really working into your arms, you are really working into the shoulders. You're getting all the benefits of being upside down. When you've had enough, you can come into child's pose. Otherwise, I'm just going to tell you some of the benefits. So we love going upside down because it's anti-aging, but also you get fresh blood to your brain. So it's good for vitality, for memory. It's very good for sleeping, and it also makes it's a natural antidepressant as well. So it's a very good thing to do if you can, every day. Okay, so if you've had enough, you're now having a couple of breaths in child's pose. And if you are practicing using the wall and going up on your own, please make sure that the base is correct and that you are really keeping the distance of the shoulders. Okay, then we can all come onto all fours. You're walking the hands one space ahead, digging in the toes and coming into a down dog. So this might be your first down dog for the day or the week, so your hamstrings might feel a little bit tight. You can pedal the feet by bringing one heel down at a time, warming up the hamstrings and the legs. Then you can come onto the toes, bending the knees and closing the gap between the thighs and the stomach and sending the chest through. And you can ease one heel down at a time. And you really want to send the chest through the arms to the back of the mat, sending the tailbone up, and the weight should be evenly distributed on your hands. And then you can walk the hands towards the feet, tuck the toes in slightly, the heels are out. You can micro bend your knees here and just grab hold of your elbows and really let your upper body start to feel heavy. We're in ragdoll now, so you literally are like a ragdoll, you're flopping. You can sway your arms. And you don't have any tension in the neck, so you can nod your head yes, and no, and yes, and no. And then you can place your hands or fingertips onto the mat. You're going to straighten out the feet now. And then you're going to place the hands into the bony part of the spine. And I want you to roll up vertebra by vertebra, with the head the last thing to pop up. That's to prevent any dizziness. Okay, everybody good? Okay, so you're going to need your blocks. If you use your blocks for Surya Namaskar, they're going to be ahead of you. So I'm filming today's class in the rain. So hopefully by Thursday there'll be no rain and we'll have a bit of nice sun again. Okay, so you are at the front of the mat. The inner rim of the feet are together. If you don't feel that's good for your balance, you can just slightly part the legs. Otherwise, you're feeling the energy draw up the shins, up the kneecaps, tucking the tailbone under, shoulders are back. Working into the fingertips. You are now strong and balanced in Tadasana or mountain pose, rooted into Mother Earth. So when we talk about our Tadasana spine, we mean that it's a straight line from the skull bone to the collarbone to the coccyx. So nice straight line. And then we're going to come onto the toes and back down. And then we're going to place our toes down, starting at the baby toe, ending at the big toe. The feet that walk the earth. And we're just going to have a couple of rounds of breaths in Tadasana. So remember not to lift your shoulders when you're breathing. Okay, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And last round. Inhale. Exhale. And then you're going to bring your hands into Namaste. So I'm going to go to front of the mat. Okay. So your hands are in Namaste. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're folding forward at the waist, placing your hands above the knees. So your spine is nice and straight here. You're going to have an extra stretch looking forwards, and then you're going to place the hands or the fingertips onto the mat or your blocks. Extra stretch looking forward. So you're coming onto the fingertips and looking forwards, and then you're going to walk the hands or your blocks to the outside of the ankles, and then you are tucking in Uttanasana. Bend the knees, plant the hands, stepping the right foot back. And we're dropping onto the knee of the right foot. And we're just going to come into a low lunge here, so you can keep the toes tucked under, and you're just lunging into the foot. So you are working into the hands. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and as you exhale you can bring the hands onto either side of the front foot and bring the front foot to meet the back, onto all fours and into extended child. Inhale, and as you exhale you're rolling the shoulders over the wrists, then bending the elbows towards the body and coming down onto your tummy into baby cobra. So you're just lifting the hands off the mat, the feet are firmly down, placing the hands down and then sliding back into extended child. And then coming onto all fours, stepping the right foot again in between the hands. So you're not going to spend too long in this lunge, digging in the toes, back to meet the front, tucking in, inhale, arms up over the head, and hands into Namaste. Okay, so for the first one, we always stop with the knees, with the hands above the knees. That's just to warm the spine up. The second one, we're going to go straight down to the mat. So, hands into Namaste. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale as you're folding forwards, placing your hands onto the mat ahead of you or blocks. Extra stretch looking forwards as you tuck in Uttanasana. Bend the knees, plant the hands, stepping the left foot back and coming down onto the knee. Okay, so you're not tucking, you're keeping the toes tucked under, and then you're bringing the torso up and really lunging into the front leg. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and as you exhale you can bring your hands down on either side of the front foot, coming onto all fours, and then into extended child. Inhale, and as you exhale you're rolling the shoulders over the wrists, bending at the elbows and bringing the chest down, coming into baby cobra, placing the hands down and into extended child. So this movement should start becoming a little bit easier because we do it every class. So you should start to feel the body rolling into each pose quite seamlessly. And then we're coming back onto all fours, bringing the left foot in between. We're not spending any time here, we're digging the back toe in, back to meet the front, tucking in Uttanasana, inhale, arms up over the head, and hands into Namaste. Okay, so I'm just going to move my blocks out of the way here. Okay, so you might need a crash landing because we are going to do Bakasana in between our two next Surya Namaskars. So just in case you feel like you might fall forward, you can put a cushion in front. Okay, so is everybody ready? This time you can either repeat the one we've just done, others we're going to go into plank, knees, chest, and then onto your tummy, and then we're going to go into down dog. So please remember you can always repeat what we've just done. Okay, hands into Namaste. Inhale, reaching the arms up over the head. As you exhale, folding forwards, placing the hands onto the mat ahead of you. Extra stretch looking forwards, and you're tucking in Uttanasana. Bend the knees, plant the hands, stepping the right foot back. to meet the back, into plank. Okay, so now we're in plank. You want a straight line from the top of the head to the heels. So we're not sinking down and we don't have our bum up in the air. Okay, so nice strong plank, and then just dropping the knees down exactly where they are, elbows towards the body. So the elbows are not going out. The elbows will go towards the body as you're bringing the chest down and then onto your tummy. Into baby cobra. For those that would like to do a more fuller cobra, you can place the hands down and just lift the shoulders off. So I don't want you to go into a full cobra, the elbows are still slightly bent. And then down. You're going to dig in the toes, and using your abdominals, you're going to come into a down dog. So we learn to love our down dogs. It is a relief posture. And then we're going to come onto the toes. You're looking towards the front of the mat, and then you're going to step the right foot in between the hands, back to meet the front. And instead of tucking in, so you might want to just step back a little bit. We're not tucking in an Uttanasana here. We're going to place our hands down onto the mat. So you want to have them shoulder distance apart. We're coming into Bakasana now, or crow. And you're going to bring the feet a little bit wider. So we're going to start by bending the elbows towards the body, and you're bringing the knees to the outside of the, I'm sure this looks completely ridiculous on film, but anyway. You're bringing the knees onto the outsides of the elbow, and we're just tipping forwards like that. Okay, so if that's all you're doing today, I'm happy with that. So that's the way we learn. We bring the knees onto the outside of the elbows, and we just tip forward. Okay, so if that's all you're doing, then I'm happy with that. Otherwise, if you'd like to give it a go, then you want to bring the knees onto the top of the triceps. You're tipping forwards, bringing the feet together, and then you're going to bring up one foot at a time. Okay, like that. And then you can come back down. And then we're going to bring the feet in, tucking in Uttanasana. Inhale, arms up over the head, and hands into Namaste. Okay, well done everybody. We have put on a video from Dave, one of our teachers in training, and he explains quite nicely how to do Bakasana or crow pose. So have a look at that as well. Okay, last one. Here at the front of the mat. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale as you're folding forwards, placing the hands onto the mat. Extra stretch looking forwards as you tuck in Uttanasana. Bend the knees, plant the hands, stepping the left foot back. Front to meet the back, into plank. And then knees, elbows towards the body, chest onto your tummy. Either into baby cobra or fuller cobra, so your elbows are still bent. And then back down, digging in the toes, and we're going to come into a down dog. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're coming onto the toes, looking towards the front of the mat and bringing the left foot in between, back to meet the front. Or you're going to do a couple of shuffles to you at the front. Inhale, arms up over the head, and hands into Namaste. Okay, well done everybody. Is everybody awake, alert, and alive? Awesome. So hopefully doing yoga lessons is helping with everybody's, is helping with the lockdown. So it's nice to do something different, something that we always used to do. And I really am looking forward to, Monique and I are both looking forward to having everybody back in the studio again. Okay, so we are going to go into tree pose. So there are a couple of options. You can use a block. If you feel like your balance is completely out, you're going to put the block down next to your foot. And you're going to place the ball of the foot onto the block and the heel into the ankle. Okay. So if that's what you're going to do, then your foot stays there. Otherwise, you're going to bring the foot below the knee or above the knee, never on the knee. Okay, so go to where you feel is good for your balance. Okay, so we're all going to start with putting all the weight onto the left leg. And remember to look at a non-moving spot ahead of you. Usually we would say don't look at the wobbly yogis around you, but you might be the only one. So just look at a non-moving spot ahead of you. You're going to take the foot to wherever you feel is comfortable. And then you're going to bring the hands out to the side. So you're working into the heel of the hand. Inhale. As you're stretching up. Ascending into the fingertips, dropping the shoulders. Joining palm to palm. Bringing the hands down into Namaste. Inhale back up again. Fingertips together, pushing the air away from you as you come down. And then you can release the leg. Well done. I don't know how your balance is doing today. Please send me photos. I'd love to see. And then we're going to do the same to the other side. So if you feel like you need your block, then you're going to grab the block. If not, you're just going to take it out of the way. And you're going to take all the weight onto the right leg, either bringing the heel into the ankle, below the knee or above the knee, wherever you feel comfortable. Remember that you want to be working the hip open. So the knee is not coming forwards. You really want to open up this hip. Okay, so let's go. Once you've found your balance, you're bringing the arms out to the side. You're working into the palms, the heel of the palms. There we go, right words. Inhale, reaching up. Ascending into the fingertips, dropping the shoulders. I'm a bit wobbly on this side. Joining palm to palm and bringing your hands down into Namaste. Back up again. Fingertips together, pushing the air away as you come down. Well done, everybody. Okay, so we're going to need our blocks or whatever you've chosen. So you can put them to the front of the mat, to the corners. Okay, good. So we are going to step or hop our feet out to wider than leg distance. Okay, and you're going to join fingertip to fingertip. Inhale, as you exhale, you're stretching out into the fingertips. So you want to make sure you've got a nice straight line. It's very common that we end up doing weird things with our arms. And we're going to start by turning on the ball of the right foot to 90 and the heel of the back foot is going out to 60. Okay, then you need to make sure that your alignment is correct. So the front foot is bisecting the back. Inhale, and as you exhale, you are descending into the front leg. So at this point you might feel you need to go a little bit wider, so you widen at the back leg. A couple of pointers is that you don't want the knee to be going over the ankle, and you also don't want the knee to be going in. So you're really working out. And then you're going to look over right hand if your neck allows it, otherwise you can just look forward. Okay, so this is Warrior 2. We do this every week, so you should feel that you are improving. So we're going to go a little bit lower. Inhale. Exhale. Of course, we are building strong bones here. It's very good for all of our joints, building strong muscles, very good for sciatica. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to dip forward, bringing the elbow onto the knee, using the other arm to open up your chest. So you can just stay here for a moment. You're not hanging out here. You're working into the elbow. Your chest is nice and open. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then you can take your block and place it on the inside of the foot. And we're going to bring the arm up over the head. So the arm is parallel to the ear and the chin is just tucked under, the eyes are cast down. This is a Utthita Parsvakonasana, revolve triangle pose. So we don't want to be rolling forwards. So that's a very common thing that we see. Also, we see sometimes that the front leg is still not bent enough. So it tips your alignment out. Okay, then you're going to bring your hand into your waist. We're going to transition here into half moon pose. So you might want to bring the back leg in a little bit. And then you're moving the block about 30 centimeters away from the little toe. Okay, so it needs to be that distance, otherwise you're going to find the balance hard. And you're going to place the hand onto the block and then bringing the back leg up. So we're not pointing our toes here, you're working into the foot. So you're flexing the foot. And if your balance allows it, you're going to bring the arm up. So we are now in half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasan. It's an amazing balance. Inhale. And as you exhale with control, you're coming down into warrior two. And then straightening the leg out. And you can bring the feet in. Okay. Well done, everybody. I know we often do that against the wall, so if you would like to do that as well, you can. Let's do the same to the other side. Cannot go home uneven. So we are stepping the feet out. Inhale, and as we exhale, stretching out into the fingertips. Checking our alignments. And then turning on the ball of the left foot to 90 and the heel of the back foot to 60. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're bending into the front leg. So you might need to adjust. So remember, the A-type personality is all surging forwards. You really want to feel the mass of the body in the center. So you are really grounding down into your feet. The weight should be even. If your neck allows it, you're looking over the front hand. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, you're dipping forward and bringing the arm around. Okay, so we're just going to spend a couple of breaths here. So you remember you're working into the elbow. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, you can bring the hand into the waist for a moment. Grab your block. Bring it to the inside of the foot. So you still got that lovely bend into the leg. And then you're bringing your arm up over the head. The ear is parallel to the arm and the chin is just tucked under. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, you can bring your hand into the waist. You're going to bring the back leg in a little bit closer. Moving the block to at least 30 centimeters away from the little toe. And bringing the back leg up. Okay, if your balance is good, you're going to bring the arm up. And I really want you to feel that you're working into the bottom foot as well as the foot that's lifted. Inhale. Exhale. Can anybody let go of their blocks and flower? Inhale. And as you exhale, you're coming down with control into warrior two. Lifting the leg or straightening the leg. And then you're going to turn the feet to face forward. Okay, well done everybody. Those are a tough one. Half moon is quite tough. Okay, so we're going to place the thumbs into the bony part of the spine. We're going to come into the final of our standing poses now. Prasarita Padottanasana. If you've got an eye problem like a detached retina, glaucoma, or anything like that, you will stop here at the horizontal. For everybody else, you can take it the next step down. So we can all do this step together. So the thumbs on the bony part of the spine. You inhale, you're opening up the chest. Exhale as you're folding forwards. Okay, so this is the horizontal. You're placing the hands onto the mat or onto blocks. Extra stretch looking forwards. And then you're going to walk the hands in line with the feet. You also have the option to stay here Otherwise, you're going to grab hold of the ankles and you're going to widen at the elbows. Eventually the head will go beyond the knees. So you can stay there. I'm just going to come up so I can talk to you about the benefits of that pose. So, as it's a forward fold, it is calming and soothing to the nerves, as well as it aids in digestion. So, overall, we like to spend a couple of breaths there so that you can gain all the benefits. If you're starting to feel like your ankles are burning, then it means they are getting stronger. The weight distribution should be even on both feet. And if I had to be in class now, I'd come and check that your legs are active. Okay. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, you can bring the hands underneath the shoulders, and we're just going to walk them forwards, coming into a wide-legged down dog, sinking the sternum down. So this is more accessible for some people in getting their heels down than the normal down dog. And then you're going to walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. You're going to bring the legs together, walking them together. Okay, and I want the inner rim of the feet are together. Now we're going to come into a skinny down dog. So you're walking the hands forwards, so the hands are close. You'll feel the difference here. And then you can widen at the feet, coming into a normal down dog. And then you can come down on wide knees, big toes together, stretching out onto fingertips as you're walking one hand back and placing your forehead onto your hands. So you're going to use this opportunity to thank your body for all it allows you to do in our daily lives. And then you're going to walk your hands back up, coming to a seated position. Okay, you're going to need your straps. And we're going to come down to lying down. Okay, so your knees are bent and the soles of the feet are down. You're going to create a loop with your strap or your belt, whatever you've got, and you're going to place it into the right foot, straightening out that leg. If you do not have a back problem, you can straighten out the opposite leg as long as you're working into the toes. So no floppy feet. If you do have a lower back problem, you're keeping the leg bent. Okay. And then on every exhalation, you're bringing the leg closer to your head. So you don't want a bent leg. You want to have a nice straight leg. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale to your maximum. And then inhale, and as you exhale, you're lifting the head and shoulders off the mat, and you are trying to kiss the knee and replace. Taking the strap into your right hand, placing the left hand into your waist, that's to keep the hip down. And then with control, you're lowering the leg out, the right leg out. So I'm restricted by the wall, but everybody else should be able to go down. So you're still active in the foot if your leg is extended. Inhale, and as you exhale, up and over. So now you can grab the strap with the left hand and bringing the leg over. This is a very important stretch for releasing any trapped nerves or for RTB band. Inhale, and as you exhale to the center, and then you can remove the strap. Hug the knees into the chest for a moment. Then placing the soles of the feet down, Bringing the strap into the left leg now. Again, if your back allows it, you are going to stretch out the opposite leg, working into the feet. Otherwise, you're going to keep the leg bent, and you are keeping the leg nice and straight and active, and on every exhalation, you're bringing the leg closer to the head. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to your maximum. And then inhale, and as you exhale, you're lifting the head and shoulders off the mat, trying to kiss the knee, and replace, taking the strap into the left hand and lowering the leg. So you're opening up the hip flexors here. So remember to do it with control. And then up and over. Nice counter stretch. So if your muscles are tight around the hip flexors, or in the glutes, you'll feel this. And then to the center. And then you can remove the strap, hugging the knees into the chest. And then you're going to place the soles of the feet down, and we're going to come to lying down, lying on our right side. So we're going to be stacking the hips here. So you can either, you're going to need your strap, and you can either have your hand underneath your head, or you're going to stretch the arm out and placing the head down onto the arm. Okay. So you're really going to stack the hips here. It is a very difficult one to keep your balance. So you're stacking the hips and the feet are on top of each other. Okay. Then you're going to create a loop. And you're going to place the loop around the left foot. Okay, and again, you're going to stretch the leg up. Now you've got to try and find your balance again. So you might need to move the arm. Okay, so your hips are still stacked. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're bringing the leg closer to your head. So the elbow is going in front of the knee, and you want to have the leg nice and straight. This is a Nantasana, or couch pose. And you're bringing the leg as far as you can. Inhale, and as you exhale, you can release. So you're just removing the strap. And then we're going to do our Jane Fondas. So we're going to lift the leg up. So you're stacking the hips again. We're going to lift the leg up 10 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then you can lower the leg and you can roll over onto your back. Hug the knees into the chest. Rock from side to side. And then we're going to come onto the left. So I'm just going to swap sides here onto the mat. You can just roll over if that's easier. And we're going to stack the hips. So if you need your strap, you're going to grab the strap. If you're lucky enough and your hamstrings are long enough, then you are grabbing the big toe. Okay, so you're finding the balance. Inhale, and as you exhale, straightening the leg out. So you still want to have the hips stacked. So it is a very wobbly one. If you come out of it, just come back into it. And you are really working into the hamstrings here. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and as you exhale, you can release. And we're going to lift the leg 10 times. So you're stacking your hips again. Move the strap out of the way. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, then you can roll over onto your back, hugging the knees into the chest. And you can come into happy baby pose, so you're grabbing hold of the outside of the feet and bringing the knees into the armpits. And you're rolling around. You can straighten the legs out. And then you can bring the knees together. And I want you to rock and roll on your spine 5 times until you're at a seated position. So really give this a good go. And you're really rocking on the spine until you are at a seated position. You're getting the prana, the life force running through the spinal column. It's anti-aging, and obviously it is very good for your nerve endings in the spine. Okay, and then when we are at a seated position, we're going to come into the final balancing asana. So you can get your blocks, and you're going to place the blocks just ahead of you, or your books, whatever you've got. Okay, and then you're going to place the feet onto the blocks. So we're going to come into the boat, or a version of the boat. So we do a much gentler version than what we do in Monique's class, in my class. So we will do that today. So what we want to do is we want to put the hands underneath the knees, and you're coming onto the toes. So you're just tipping back on your coccyx. If you feel like it is too much for the tailbone, you can always place a cushion underneath. Okay, so the shoulders are away from the ears. As you can see, my sternum is lifted. I'm not hunching forwards. So you're coming onto the toes, and you're lifting the sternum, just tipping back. Okay, so I'm quite close to the wall here, so make sure that you aren't too close to the wall in case you tip back. And then you're going to bring one foot up at a time, okay? And that is where we're going to stay. And we're going to hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we can bring the feet down. Okay, so you really want to be working into your abdominal muscles here. If you want to stay with your toes down onto the block, we can do that. Otherwise, you're going to do the same again. You're bringing the hands underneath the knees, coming onto the toes, tipping back. The spine is nice and straight, the sternum is lifted, and you're bringing the feet up. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you can release. Okay, I'm going to do that to the side so you can see that my spine is not hunched. Okay. So, let's do our last one. So bringing the hands underneath, and you're tipping back. So as you can see, I'm not rounding. My shoulders are away from the ears, and the sternum is lifted, and then we're lifting up. So as you can see, I've got a nice straight tabletop legs. I'm not hunching forwards. Okay, so hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You can release. Okay, so the Sanskrit name means complete involvement for the boat, or a version of that. So with that pose, you're working your liver, your spleen, all your internal organs. It's good for your hip flexors, good for the chest. It's just a complete overall workout on the body, internally and externally. So it's a very effective asana. Okay, so well done everybody. You can move the blocks out to the side. Just going to sit cross-legged. We're just going to do a gentle twist to the spine. So we inhale, reaching up. Exhale, so you're going to bring the left hand onto the right knee and the right arm behind you. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're looking over the back shoulder. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and as you exhale, you're looking over the front and release. And then we're going to do the same to the other side. So you're reaching up and then bringing the right hand onto the left knee. The left hand is going behind you, and you are using your hands as a lever against the leg and the floor to twist the spine, and you're looking over the back shoulder. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and as you exhale over the front shoulder, and then you can release. So you can put your warm things on. We're going to lie down. We're going to do a bit of back therapy before we go into Shavasana. So put your warm things on, and then you're going to lower yourself down onto your mat. We're going to start with the soles of our feet down. And you're going to bring the arms out alongside you. Palms are facing the ceiling. And we're going to drop our legs down to the right, or drop the knees down to the right, and look to the left. So you're getting a nice gentle twist in the spine. And swap. And swap. And swap. And then to the center. And then you're going to take your knees together and toe heel the feet out to the corner edges of the mat. The arms are still out alongside you. And then you're dropping the knees over to the right and you are looking to the left. So these are windspoon wipers. And swap. And swap. And swap. And then the knees to the center. You're going to hug the knees into the chest, give it a tight squeeze. And then I want you to create circles using your lower back. And then in the opposite direction. Then you're going to place the feet down. And you're going to extend your legs out one by one. So you're going to stay lying down. I'm going to talk you through Shavasana. And then I'll play a song while you're relaxing. Okay, so you want to work into the toes and release. You're working in to your legs, to your calves, your knees, your thighs, and release. Working into your hips and your abdominals, and release. Working into your chest area, and release. Working into the fingertips, and release. Your palms are facing the ceiling, the arms are alongside you. You're working into the arms, and release. Working into your shoulders, and release. The tongue is loosely in the mouth, the eyes are gently closed, and the chin is just tucked under slightly. And as you inhale and exhale, you're slowly melting into the mat, feeling your body getting more relaxed with every exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, as you're feeling your body slowly melting into the mat for a few moments of Shavasana. take time to come to the here and the now. You can start by breathing a little bit deeper, bringing movement into the fingertips and the toes, and stretching your arms out over the head and having a yawn if you need to. And then you can roll over onto your right and just pause there for a moment. Just be yourself and remind yourself every day an original is always worth more than a copy. And our positive affirmation for today: I am in perfect balance. I am physically, emotionally connected and healed. I am free of worry. I am at peace with who I am. Every day I grow stronger and more relaxed. I love myself and my life. And you can either come to a seated position or you can stay lying down. Thank you for all joining me on the mat today. I hope you go into the rest of the day and the rest of the week feeling balanced and happy. And I will see you all safely, virtually on the mat next week. Namaste.